Hi everyone, I thought I would share with you my card inspiration, and I'm jumping on the bandwagon that Roxy started, who's roxyfur here on YouTube. She has a cards book, I think from, I don't remember the name of the company, but I don't have that particular magazine or book, but I do have the scrapbook ink or scrapbook etc. And I was inspired by this particular card. Let me show you. The text view shows you the image better. So that's the image, and I'm going to show you my interpretation. So what I've done so far, you see this prominence of 3 large hearts. I'm not really a hearts girl, however, I have a Sizzix Movers and Shapers heart shape, and I'm using the tray. And by the way, I don't know if anybody else has this issue, my tray's totally falling apart. So I cut several chipboard hearts. These 3 are covered in the Martha Stewart multi-purpose glitter, multi-surface glitter, and I left the edges a little bit to make them look like cookies. And I even wrote on the back, actually no, this is the one that's, these 3 are Martha Stewart. See, Martha Stewart. This one is apple barrel and then a layer of Martha Stewart. So you see there's not as much. And this is a double coat, so it's chunky. I put it on like frosting. This one has better coverage. This is Kids Fun Foam, glitter fun foam that's already adhesive. Super easy. I just put the glitter side down on the die and then ran it through 3 times. These are chipboard, but covered in the Folk Art metallic bright red. And I like the way that turned out, and I did the edges of these. And then these are felt hearts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this basic layout as my sample, and then use all these different embellishments. As a matter of fact, one of the ones that I already did, and I'll be back to show you each one, it's almost finished. This is where my heart lies. I was born in Odessa, Ukraine. I lived in Rome as a child, and I've been to London, and I love all 3. So I'm just going to add a couple of more pieces. See, there's a banner, and I might add a piece of color cardstock, maybe punched out. So this isn't quite finished, but you get the idea. So I'll be back to show you the various cards from all these little bits and pieces, and I'll save one to put together right in front of the camera. Okay, as you can tell, some time has passed, like a day or 2, because I even look different. But I wanted to share with you, actually I wanted to finish these cards on video, and I'm sorry, I've been so super busy the last few days with work. I had a presentation, and you know how life is, that's what happens. So let me show you, I used my Mind's Eye Lost and Found, which one is this? Union Square, and I used this particular page and for this one, and it's going to be the one with the felt hearts. And what I'm going to do, I think, and then let me do one card at a time. So I used the Lost and Found Union Square, this particular page, and I just cut the pattern side. I didn't cut the side that I saved those pieces actually. Let me show you. Save all these little pieces because you just never know when you're going to need them. And I put them in my little Ziploc bag for my bits and pieces and then revisit them as I need them. So that's the first one. And you know what? Let's put that one together and I'll show you what I have. So I don't know if you need the reminder of the inspirations. Let me just quickly grab that. And you'll see a reflection, so I apologize in advance because it's on my Kindle Fire. I just want to make sure that I remind you of the image. It's from Scrapbook, etc. For February. Let's see which one this was. It's this one right here. Right here. So basically it's 3 punched out hearts and there's a circle behind the middle one, but because I'm using such large hearts I decided not to do the circle, although I could totally put one behind there. Then there's a layer of pattern paper and a flag with a sentiment. So let me show, let's start on assembling this one. So let me grab my ATG, move the little hearts aside, and the base layer is cream color cover stock from Staples. It's 110 pound, 8.5 by 11, cut half and then folded in half. So it's a standard A2 size, 4.25 by 5.5 card. And I'm going to use this side, this image up, although it's double-sided. I almost said, oh, it's not squeaking today, but it failed me. So I'm just going to center it, and I'm not edging anything. I'm leaving it kind of clean. So there you go. And then I think 2 of the hearts I'm just going to glue to the paper. And because this is felt, I think I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. So a little more down. And then this middle one, I want to give it a little bit of a lift. Actually, I might just adhere the middle of this one, so then the sides will be up. And then the sentiment's going to go on this. I've had this Tim Holtz strip die, where is it? For tattered banners. It's one that looks like this. Probably for a couple of months now. I've never used it until I just saw this card. I'm like, oh, I could use it on that, and look at that. Perfect size. As a matter of fact, what I might do is put a dimensional on this across the entire middle after I've stamped it, and then adhere it down, because I want it to be lifted up a little bit, but not by this much. I don't need a handle on my card. So let's do that. So let me grab my Fabri-Tac. I probably should have gotten that ready sooner. Oh, it is within reach. Look at that. Having a small space to work in, that means your stuff can't be that far away. Oh, my own hair all over it. Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac on the 2 side. And this Fabri-Tac I have cut open really wide, and I have another one that's thinner. What happened is it sealed up on me, and I had to cut the nozzle to get it to dispense. So Fabri-Tac, ooh, I'm trying not to get any on me. Fabri-Tac is kind of like liquid hot glue, and it works best for fabrics. So because this is felt, I'm gonna use, I think it'll be better than using, if I had used traditional glue, like even Scotch quick dry, the quick dry adhesive, it would seep through the fabric. The reason Fabri-Tac is good is that it doesn't seep through. But you could also use hot glue, especially if you have one of those spreadable spatulas. I want to make sure I line this up. I think that's lined up. I'm actually looking at my viewfinder to center things. And then for the middle heart, I'm only going to adhere the middle and leave the two sides flapping in the breeze, because dimensional adhesive wouldn't work effectively. And I'm sorry if I'm out of frame, I'm just adding the glue down the middle. Traditional adhesive, dimensional adhesive wouldn't work well on this because it's fabric. If I had backed it on paper, it might be good, but okay. So now just the middle is adhered. So that's the Fabri-Tac, and I got this one at, I think, Ocean State for $2. Oh, $2.50. There you go. Ocean State job lot, $2.50. I think it's like $6.99 regularly priced at craft stores. You have to check out various places. You never know when you come across goodies. So I thought to mimic the felt, I would use some of the crushed velvet flocking, and because these are tiny little circles, all I'm going to do, and I might need to grab a piece of printer paper first. And if that doesn't work, what else? Oh, I have a, could use this. One of the reasons I don't use these trays is, you see, my glitter just seems to stick in there. Yeah, I can't use that. It's all glittered up. Alright, so that idea goes out the window. But I had another one. Here it is. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use flock as a way to mimic the felt. So, and I am going to use quick dry, and I'm going to do it sporadically in various places. So I'm just gonna dot a little. Let me get the glue going first. Just want to dot it in a couple of places. Kind of afraid that, you know what, maybe I'll use another glue, because otherwise if I use quick dry I'm gonna have to wait for it to set up completely. Where's my little glue pen? Hopefully that'll work. Okay, this is the Quickie glue from Sakura, and it has a little nib. I just put it in the cap while I use it so I don't misplace it. And the glue, just see, it is right inside the pen. It's kind of like the quick dry. See if that works. I'm experimenting. Oh, see, that's cute. I like that. So I'm just gonna spot a couple of more. Move that off to the side for a minute. And I'll return the rest of the flocking into the bottle, so there won't be any waste. Just want to do it randomly, or as random as possible. And you can't wait too long because this is quick set glue, so I can't do the whole card. I'll have to do it in stages. See? Very cute. So that ties in the whole flock, no flock. Ooh! As my cap just went flying. Oh, at least I found it. Again, small space, things don't have far that they could go, or the potential of them going too far. So I'm just going to do a couple more over here. And I'm not wasting this because it's all going to go back in the bottle. It's pretty cute. Kind of looks like measles. No. Or Morse code. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I think that's where my brain goes instantly. So I'm just adding a couple more. I'm not going to go all the way down because I'm going to have something at the bottom of the card. And I don't want to overlay it. It's a really nice red. Let's see, what is it called? Ladybug Flock from Doodlebug Designs. Okay, so let me put this back. Okay, I might do that off camera. I don't want to dump it all in my lap and then not be able to finish. So now I need to pick out a sentiment. Oh, I did lose my little glue thing. Oh well. So now I have this banner, and I'll be right back. I'm going to go pick out a sentiment and I'll be right back to stamp it. Okay, so I picked out stamp set, and this is Stephanie Bernard's Hearts to Love, I think from last year. And I'm using this little I love you and a couple of the hearts. So all I've done is I line them up on my work surface in the way that I want them to appear on the banner. And I'm going to stamp using Blazing Red StazOn. And if it looks funky, I'll turn this over. It's like 2 for 1. I have a couple of extras too. And if it's imperfect, it's okay. I'm not going to be worried. So lining this up, it's going to be a little tricky. So I guess I'm going to have to look at my viewfinder to see where the middle is. There you go. So now I'm just going to attach it to the card. That red is not quite the red I wanted. Let's see if I use Fired Brick right over that, because it's a little pinky and it just stands out so much more. I'm just using Fired Brick. And because it's a clear stamp, hopefully I'll be able to, I just breathed on it a little, called huffing, not to be confused with a drug huffing, but it's going to be a little imperfect, which is okay. Okay, that's better. That's a deep red. Okay, I like that better. So now, how to attach it. I definitely want the center to be raised just a little bit. And then I think the sample one had brads, but I think I might use a couple of red pearls. Let me see if I have my stash of pearls next to me. Because there's really nothing shiny on the card, so I don't want to introduce... Yeah, I think I'm going to use this. It's the Christmas pack. Christmas color pack from Wild Orchid Crafts, and has clear white, red, and green, and it's just the color red I want. Just take a quick look, and I keep them all in a little Ziploc bag. Like items together. Let me see if I have another red, if that might go better. How do I not have? Oh, I do have these red. Oh, maybe I'll use both of these. Alright, well, let's take a look and see how that looks. Okay. So, I know I'm going to put dimensionals in the middle, so let me grab my little dimensional strips, which I think I'm going to use, I think I have little strips, maybe just the little squares, and again, you'll hear dogs in the background. So thank you, Roxy, for introducing this series. I'm sorry I'm so late getting on board. I think Roxy's on week 3, whereas this is my first one, but hopefully with it being 3 cards that I'm doing today, I'll kind of catch up. So I'm just taking off the adhesive back off of those, and I'm gonna round just with my nails a little bit. So I can pull that in just ever so. And you could fold these. It's okay if they hang over a little bit. So let's see. This is the Red Christmas, Red, White, and Green Christmas. Well, you know what? That one just might be enough. Although I really like the small scale of these because they matches the little. Oh, let's stick with this. Sometimes you just have to go for it. And I'm not going to press down on those until I've lined them both up. I want to make sure they're both equidistant from each other. I think that's good. Okay, so that's card 1. It has a little flocking on it to mimic the felt. It's a couple of pearls, a stamped sentiment on the banner, and the inside is just blank for now. So that's card 1. So let's see, card 2 is this one that I showed a sneak peek of earlier. And what I did was I went on Google and did a Google map search of each of the places where I've lived. This is where I was born, and this is Ukraine, not Texas. And then I think I'm going to use, instead of the banner, I'm going to use this trim. And I have my heat gun heating up, and that'll be my focal point. But I did pull out a couple of blings, and I like this green because it's picking up the green in the little heart pin. And the heart pin is a wheel from Wild Orchid Crafts, and it comes with all these colors, and obviously I've used up a whole bunch of them. But because the center one is on dimensionals, I poked the heart pin right through 2 of the dimensionals. Let's see if you could see without me blocking too much of the light. So it's safely within the confines of the foam dimensionals. So, and I think once these are adhered in the center, I'm going to put a little bit of one of these little green blings. And my bling, for those who are interested, I keep in my gratuitous 7 seconds of bling video that I did like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. So if I need something, I just kind of dig around in there, or filter some out on a paper plate or tray. So let me grab my glue gun, and I'm going to adhere the side first and then scrunch. So I'm going to adhere this one first because I want the outsides to line up, and then I'll adhere the center. And I'll kind of scrunch it up. And it comes on that mesh tool, so you could cut it down. It's very forgiving. So now the centers, I'm just going to flip it over and add a little bit of glue. Of course, glue sticking to my nails too. A little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue here, and then move my glue gun out of the way and then squish it down. So it's kind of equidistant, but not if I had laid it flat. Okay, so then in the center of each one of these, I want to add this bling, or a close approximation of the center. It doesn't have to be pristine, so I have 4 of them. So let me add that. I probably should have given my list of supplies initially so you could join me if you wanted to play along. Maybe I'll put that in the description below, so if you want to, you could pause it and join. I like that pop of green. And I picked the least prominent color to pull out, and that's the color of the heart pin that I used and the bling, because I wanted to bring those. This is kind of an unusual color combination for me, but you know, I like stretching my standbys because, you know, we all get stuck in a rut sometimes creating kind of similar things, so it's nice to get inspiration somewhere else. So how easy was that? That's card number 2. So here's card 1, here's card 2, and I'm going to move on to card 3, which I have everything kind of prepped and ready to go here. So here's card 3. I'm using the My Mind's Eye same paper stack, just the different pattern. I'm going to adhere, oh, it's right here next to me. Cream color bases, they're all the same paper cover stack bases. I've trimmed this down to 4 by 5.5, or 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm not edging anything off center. I'm not edging anything, any inks, because the pattern paper is already distressed, and I think that's enough. So I'm using the foam glitter hearts for this particular card, and then I have this cream color ribbon. This is, oh, if I didn't mention this, this is Making Memories. I got these from scrapbook.com in, I think, 25-yard spools. So these are self-adhesive, so all I need to do is peel them off. And then I have a banner, which I'm not sure whether I'm going to use or not, so I'm going to put that off to the side for a minute. I also have this. It's Nestability's corner, or lace that I cut out with just black cover stock, which I think I kind of want to use. So we'll see, maybe I'll use it down here. But I know I have to adhere the hearts first, so this couldn't be any easier. Peel and stick. How easy is that? I know this is kids color foam, the fun foam, but it looks beautiful. It's very elegant. You know, I didn't have to adhere glitter on anything. It's already done for me. Isn't that beautiful? So this middle one, I want to put on dimensionals. The only problem is it's adhesive, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it unadhesive. Take the adhesive back, and I'm going to put it on my fabric of the sleeve of my shirt. Take some of that tack off. Oh, I could clean up my shirt at the same time. So make it a little less tacky. You need to clean up some fur somewhere, grab it and do that. Okay, that's a lot less tacky. And I'm going to use the same little strip of adhesives that I just used. But instead of putting them on the heart, I'm going to put them right down the middle here, because I think it'll be easier for me to do it that way. I think I can use one more. And then just peel this up and add the heart. If you ever wear nail polish and you use strong adhesives like red line tape, be careful, because that totally peels your nail polish right off. So now I want that to be popped up like that. So there's that. And then I thought, just to mimic the other card, I used a pearl pin, but you know what? It's a little too stark because I'm using cream, so I wonder if I might color it up with my Copic in a second, so we'll see. It's going to be a really long video. I hope you guys grabbed a snack. So I want to add this, but I don't know how much of it and whether I want to add it together. Maybe I just want to add that underneath here. It doesn't look right. Oh, that kind of looks like crowns, doesn't it? Oh, maybe that will be good. Okay, maybe I'll do it that way. So I'm going to glue this down and then put these giant red blings in the middle of the cream color ribbon. So just like I did the other one, I'm going to glue the sides first. Ooh, that just totally went right through. Be careful when you're using hot glue on the fabric and pushing down, because it's totally going to go right through. Move that off to the side for a minute. Okay, that's good. And I just want to make sure that the heart bottoms are still visible. And then, wow, this is going to be such a long video, I'm so sorry. But I thought, I always get, you know, it's like 50-50. Some people want to see the process and others want to see just the end result. So, I suppose you could just fast forward through if you don't want to see the step-by-step. Or you could just go to the blog, go to my blog and look at the close-up photographs, which I'll have of each of the cards. I like that. I love shiny objects, so there you go. So that's that one, and then I'm just going to add this, looks like crowns, and I think I need to cut that. Maybe I'll do that right here. Oh, I think I'm just going to let it hang over the side just a little bit. And then I'll use the same quick dry Sakura pen. If it doesn't stick, I'll go back and use the regular quick dry. Adds a little bit of visual interest at the top. And I don't think it's going to stick. I wasn't fast enough. See, I was not quick enough. Oh, come on. Of course it's blocked. Isn't that Murphy's Law? Just want to tack it down. I don't need an awful lot of glue. I certainly don't want glue oozing out anywhere. Hopefully that will be enough. Okay, so the only thing that's left is this heart pin. And let me grab my markers. Ooh, I like that. And because these are alcohol, they'll dry quickly. So I just turn this pin into a black heart. And I used N10. Just gonna blow on it to make sure it's really dry. I don't wanna stick my finger on it and be all like, okay. And then I could put it in right here. Remember, there's foam underneath there, so there you go. So there you go. Thank you for sticking it out this long. So there's 3 inspirations from that sample one, using paper, glitter foam, and felt, and flock, and some ribbon and bling. If you have any questions, or if you want to join me next time, don't forget to stop by. I'll include a link to Roxy's video. Actually, I think she has 3, so if you want to create a playlist, you could certainly do that, and I'll do that as well. So it'll be card inspirations as a new playlist on my channel. There you go. If you have any questions for me, leave me a comment. Otherwise, thank you so much for sticking it out for this long.